Beginner tips for The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. If you've read the reviews of Tears of the Kingdom before picking it up, you may already feel slightly overwhelmed. So to make your first 5 or 10 hours with the game go more smoothly, have a read over this preparatory guide. Don't be in a hurry to get off the first island. You begin Tears of the Kingdom on an island in the sky, as Hero Link, who has just had all his power stripped away. This island turns out to be part of a floating cluster, and it's here that the game guides you through everything you'll need to know before you dive down into the wider world below. You might be eager to get into the game proper, but there is no need to rush through the Great Sky Island. There's plenty to do here, and it's a low-stakes place to try and fail at building basic things like fan-powered rafts and minecarts, and learning how to manipulate objects with Link's magic arm. Things get pretty real, pretty quickly down on the ground, and you'll soon meet powerful enemies, and find yourself unsure of how to progress. Up here, everything is well within your powers, and you know that if you can't figure something out, it's because you've not thought of the right solution, rather than because you don't have what you need yet. So hang out for a while and enjoy the view. What can I build? Anything. Honestly, your imagination is the limit. Only very occasionally did I try to construct some mad thing that absolutely wouldn't work. Some basic things to try in your first hours. A powered raft, use stuck together logs and a sail, or a fan, for wind. A cart, you need a platform for a chassis, wheels, and a Zonai steering device. Powered Zonai wheels are ideal, but you can also use wooden wheels stuck to long planks for axles, and power it with a fan. A plane, launch a glider by attaching a rocket to it and see how far you can fly. If you have a steering device, use that. Otherwise, walking around carefully on the glider will adjust its trajectory. A hot air balloon, stick a flame emitter under a balloon, attach it to the center of a platform, and hit the button. A really good way to get some height. How do I find new Zonai devices? The powered parts that you can play with in Tears of the Kingdom, wheels, gliders, fans, batteries, all that, are called Zonai devices, and there are more than 20 different kinds. I can only imagine what amazing and complicated things people are going to build with them in the next few weeks. They can be found lying around in opportune places, and also carried about in capsules that you get from giant gashapon-like machines, so you can bust them out wherever you like. There's one such machine on the starting island, and you'll find more on other sky islands and a few down on the earth below. To use them, you need Zonai charges, picked up from defeated robots. Just open your inventory, put 1 to 5 of them into Link's hands, and drop them into the machine, as you would drop ingredients into a cooking pot. Whenever you find a new one, go and use it. It'll dispense new capsule Zonai devices, and then your in-game map will record where it is and which devices it contains, so that you can go back and get more later. But remember, often, you don't actually have to build things. Outside of shrines and dungeons, which have predetermined solutions to their puzzles, there are always multiple ways to do anything in Tears of the Kingdom. If you don't much like building things, you often don't have to. You can get around on a horse, or on foot, and via climbing. You can fight monsters with a good old-fashioned combo of sword, shield and bow. So far the game has never forced me to spend hours tinkering with contraptions. How do I get more powerful weapons? Weapons break in Tears of the Kingdom, so you constantly need to make and acquire new ones. If you're coming to the game from Breath of the Wild, then you'll be used to finding powerful weapons in chests, or salvaging them from strong enemies once you've defeated them. This is still true, but all the regular weapons in Hyrule are decayed, so you have to boost their power by fusing them together with, well, anything. Sticks and rocks make hammers, good for smashing rocks but too slow for fighting well. For instant good weapons, use monster parts attached to spears and swords. You can organize your inventory by fuse attack power, letting you see which monster parts will give your weapon the biggest attack boost. Just drop that part on the floor, and fuse away. You can also fuse weapons to other weapons, creating for instance an extra long spear sword. And some materials give objects special powers, try some flame-imbued choo-choo jelly. Another tip, try attaching a precious gem to a weapon, though be aware, this means you can't sell the gem. Attaching flame or shock emitters to your shield also has predictably fun results. Playing around with these combinations is a lot of fun, so I don't want to spoil too much of it. How can I unlock more of the map? Once you're exploring Hyrule proper, the game will show you how to reveal your map, find sky towers and launch yourself from them, surveying the terrain from above. There's one of these towers in each area, and though you often have to solve some wee conundrum to open them up, they are thankfully not boring climbing puzzles. I always head straight for these towers when I see them in the distance. Zooming up into the sky once you've solved one is one of the best feelings this game has to offer. How do I get more hearts? Completing shrines gives you a shard of light. Find a statue that you can pray at, and you can exchange 4 of those shards for 1 more heart for Link, or some extra stamina, which is also useful, but at first, definitely go for more hearts. Thing is, those statues are quite few and far between. I've only found 3. There's one on the starting island, be sure to mark it with a stamp, and usually there's one somewhere in any populated town. How do I get better armor? You want to find great fairies as soon as possible, who can strengthen whatever armor you have. Stop at stables for some hints as to where to find them. How do I earn money? Quickly, you will find areas where it's very hot or very cold, and buying appropriate clothes is much less annoying than cooking heat or cold-resistant food for Link to scarf every few minutes. But the economy is weird in Tears of the Kingdom, buying things is very expensive, and there's not a lot of money around. You can't sell weapons and you shouldn't sell armor, because you'll need it. Rupees are rarely found lying around the place, or in chests. So selling gemstones is the best way I've found to earn money in the early game. Smash sparkly rocks in caves to find them, or search chests. It's a bit laborious, but there's no other reliable way to accumulate rupees. Thanks for watching.